You need your own channel, Binks. We could strap a GoPro to you and see where you go and what you do, yeah. Huh? You gonna get your own YouTube channel and be YouTube famous? I'm sure you would like that, yeah. I'm sure that you would. Welcome to the channel, guys. I started there with Binks, and this is a cookie I thought I would share with you. This is a pumpkin cheesecake cookie. So it's pumpkin puree, pumpkin spice, you know, of course some other things that go into cookies. And then this portion here in the middle is cream cheese. That's the cheesecake portion of the cookie. I'm not going to eat this one because I already ate one. Last night I made the pumpkin cheesecake cookies for me and Corey and Dad and Austin, the boys. The boys both ate just a little bit of one. Mom was gone with some friends eating dinner. They get together ever so often, now and then, once a month. I can't remember how often, to eat. And so I just made those to have us something for supper, just something fun since we were all going to be together. And I actually used einkorn flour for them. So if I was going to do the recipe again, I might change a little bit of, you know, I might change a few things. Probably change the amount of cheesecake to, or what would you say, cream cheese to make the cheesecake for each cookie. But other than that, it was cool. So I'll leave a link in the description below to the recipe. And I was going to do a few things, and I thought, you know something, why don't I just, you know, bring you along with me? Why don't I just get the camera? I want to go to the creek. But of course, as soon as I'm like out here and ready to go and Ira's taking a nap and I've got a free moment, the kind of clouds come out and then the sun went in, and lots of parts of the creek are shady, dark kind of. So I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably still go to the creek and see if I can't get some decent footage. You might have seen this in the background there. This is so cute. This is a little car toy that we have for the boys. They like to take turns. Sometimes Ira tries to push Woody in it, which is hilarious because he's not really big enough to do that. And all throughout the yard here, I can see like a trail of toys where they were playing out here earlier, which is funny. My poppies have been blooming. That one is really probably on its way out, but I've got some of these that are a slightly different color. They only, you know something, they're only like really pretty for a day, and then they're like just pretty much dead. That one is still nice though. Such a beautiful color of purple. The bees love these things. They get out here and pollinate to their little heart's content. This plant right here in the middle of your screen, this is one that I transplanted from somewhere else. I had actually had it out in the woods and the deer ate it. They snapped it off while it was out there in the woods. You can see where they snapped it off, and I was just like so disappointed. And so I brought it and put it in this bed to protect it, and look, it's doing really good. It's sprouted a new little part right there at the bottom, and I'm really happy about that. I think it probably really actually will bloom this year, even though it got snipped off. I can feel it raining. So, don't know if I'll be going to the creek or not, because it's starting to drizzle. It could be one of those things where it's just a little bit of rain and then it stops. I'm not really sure. I think I'll probably get this phone out and look at the radar and find out. Well, it looks like it might only rain for a little bit. It looks like there could be a break in it. So I might just wait a little bit and see if it'll quit so I can go down to the creek. And if not, then I might just have to go find something else to do. While I'm waiting on the rain to quit, because I think it might just be a little bit that's around us and it's going to move out, I came downstairs and I thought I would show you what's on my bench. I had also brought this book along thinking that we could pick today's devotion and read it. I've got this book kind of over my bench stool down here. And today's is, "Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us," Ephesians 3:20. Which is the most precious verse in the Bible. This is difficult to answer because of our varying moods. In confession, the soul needs cleansing and sorrow, the heart needs comfort and perplexity, the mind needs guidance, and in these particular needs we want the assurance of pardon, consolation, and guidance. When we realize that our Heavenly Father is able to help us in any emergency, that His power is unfailing, His love unceasing, we have assurance that His ability to help is matched by His willingness. In the above verse, we are led to the utmost reach of human thought. Often we falter, many times we fail, sometimes almost despair. Then comes the word, He is able. We contemplate all that God can do and all that He has promised to do, then everything that we could ask for or think of, and still we have not exhausted His resources. What a rich heritage for the child of God, safe in His Father's care, secure from all alarms. He is more than conqueror, for He is able. And then it's got the Reverend who spoke this, and then where he was from. I've mentioned these little books before. I've even done a whole video on these, which I can put that in the link to that video in the description as well. These are just old devotionals. This one is from 1931. I really love them. I've got 3 of them. They're all a little different, but each one has something really great to say for each day. This is an honest look at my bench right now. It's a total disaster. I've got that on it. I'm making that for somebody. And it's, it's not always this bad, but it's pretty bad right now. It's because I will start a project and then Ira will wake up and I will get kind of pulled away. And then it just kind of gets left in this crazy state of affairs. But I do have a few things I thought I would show you. I have a prototype kind of some things that I'm working on. I left the other part of the prototype upstairs. I'll have to get it and show you. But believe it or not, this is meant to be like mushroom earrings. And I had to find a way to solder this little piece. That's not wanting to focus. I had to find a way to solder this little cap onto this wire to keep it still. And then had to find a way to like actually incorporate like the stem of the mushroom. So the one upstairs is a better idea of what it'll really look like. And when I go back out upstairs to maybe go to the creek, I'll show you. Just got some little stones here to be necklaces probably. This little grouping is for some earrings. And these are some other prototypes I've been working on. I bought a pair of earrings years ago and really liked them. They were supposed to be like a flower, like the base of a flower, and then like little, I don't know, the little middle parts of the flower. And I've always wondered how those earrings were made, and so I finally just thought, you know what, I hardly ever wear earrings, and so I tore them apart to find out. Well, I tore one apart to find out, and I'm working on making my own version of them. So it would kind of, I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird, but I think once this comes together, it'll be pretty cool for earrings. I've got these on my bench. There's a polishing little thing stuck to it. These are really cool. This is moss agate, and so it just looks like little shards and pieces of moss in this transparent background. So I have those sitting here to make something out of. I've still got a few of these left, like these, oops, where did it go? There it is. These stones, this is like quartz on the top, and in the middle there, that like northern light looking material is a man-made opal material, and then that mountain is actually wood. It's kind of crazy. And they make these stones. This is called a doublet, so you're gluing either one piece, maybe more than one piece, but it's layers of rock glued together to give you kind of a final piece, if you will. That's pretty cool, all those colors in there. I've got some old keys sitting around. This one's got a piece of my stainless steel shot out of my tumbler stuck in it, but I love making stuff with these antique keys. There's another one in here. I love doing stuff with them. I need to do more than I do. And then I've got somewhere a piece that goes with this necklace. That chain is stuck down in there. But there's a stone that actually fits in here into this setting. I found the stone. This is a sunstone, so it's like really flashy. It's like, woo! Lots of like little confetti inside this stone. That's wild, ain't it? Wow. I need to set that. I've got another stone back here. This is a Montana agate stone that I cut and polished, and it's pretty cool. It's got an interesting little pattern in it. All of the stones, so many possibilities sitting here waiting to be brought to life. These are left over from that prototype for the flower earrings. So many things sitting here. Fun thing about this punch is this come from Miss Cindy's. When she moved into her house in Brasstown here where she lived, there were some sheds out back behind the house, and this punch was in there. And I liked it and I thought I could use it, so she let me take it. And when I use it, I always think of her. And I've got some other little punches and designs to texture metal as well. One more prototype I'll show you that I was working on. This is really funky too. Don't worry, it'll be better than this. I'm just not quite there yet. This was something I was trying to wrap my mind around because there's a pair of earrings that I have over here that someone sent Mom, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful, and I asked Mom if I could borrow them for a day or two and bring them down here and just look at them. Look at how they're made and look at how they're done. So I've been trying to kind of experiment and figure out how I could do something similar to this, because I just really love the way that those look. Looks like some of the rain is gone, so I thought I would show you. Like I said, I had a kind of a piece that I'd finished with the kind of the mushroom idea for earrings or a necklace or something. I had brought this upstairs just to kind of see it in a different light. So basically you'd have the stem, and then this is the top of the mushroom, and then I put that little stone, so it has kind of nice movement. It just dangles. It's just something I'm playing with. I'll have to try to get, you know, a design that I'm really pleased with. This one's not been cleaned or polished, so it's still got fire scale on it, but I can certainly clean it up, polish it, and make it look really nice. But I don't know, I kind of think that that's fun. Just something different, I guess. I'm hoping that the rain holds off long enough for me to walk down here. I did order a tapered mandrel, a round tapered mandrel, to try to help me with making the flower, like the cone flower shape for the other pair of earrings that's supposed to have like the little flower, little stems in the middle. I mean, you can do it by hand, but it's helpful to have a mandrel to shape around. And the one that I have is too thick on the top. It's 3 millimeters. It goes from like the smallest round size, like 3 millimeters, to, I don't know, maybe like 10 or something. And so I got one that starts at like 1.5, so that's smaller. So hopefully that will work out. The stainless steel mandrels don't really cost all that much, and they're really handy to have for all sorts of forming projects with metal. So if it doesn't work for that, it'll work for other things that I want to do too. But enough about my jewelry. I'm probably boring you to death. Probably want to hear about something else and not how my jewelry work is going. I'm slowly but surely plugging along on it. I wish I had more shop time than I do these days, but that's okay. I like to think of life as being cyclical, and there's seasons, and you know, there's another season coming where I'll have a little bit more time later on, I'm sure. On the way down to the creek, I took a detour through Granny's yard to show you some of her flowers that are blooming. These are hydrangeas, and I love them. They are just beautiful. She actually has one or two in the backyard that are a little bit different in color. If they're still blooming, I'll go back there. If they're not, like, you know, getting ratty-tatty. Some of these blooms are getting a little ratty-tatty, but they're really quite lovely. She also has these blooming. These are really nice. They must have just like opened up this morning. These aren't ratty-tatty at all. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. The camera really doesn't do them justice as far as like the real true hue of the flower. It's like this rich, like purpley blue. It's really nice. And then these are actually slightly different in color, just slightly. They're more pinky purple than like the blue hue that's in the other ones. Granny's really proud of these, and I can see why. I'm coming down the trail, headed toward the creek, and I did look out there at Corey's, and I think I saw her standing in the window. She's probably looking at me like, dude, what you doing? I actually have her phone. I'm filming with her filming phone. I don't know, it kind of looks like she's looking with binoculars. Sometimes she does that, looking for a hawk. Makes me wonder if there's one around. She's certainly looking at something, but I don't think it's a hawk. I think it's a deer. We've been having trouble with deer, like right up in the yard, like legit down in the driveway. I think that's probably what she was looking at, because her binoculars weren't pointed like toward the sky. They were lower. So there was probably a deer up in here maybe. Could still be there. Oh yeah, I see it now. Do you guys see it in the middle of the screen? That's our nosy nanny who's just been hanging around. And she's looking at me. She's eating something. Yeah, oh yeah. She's just chomping down. She's probably not even scared. I could probably walk a little closer maybe. She's just right in there. You can see the side of her, so she's not gone far. She's literally right there. And just to zoom out to give you a perspective, here's Corey's car. And Olive in the window, desperately begging to get out and check out the deer. Hey Corey, you're gonna be in my video. I just told the viewers that you were busy packing for a trip to Atlanta for a wedding.
I am. Throwing out old food right now. We ate almost all of it.
That's good. Put it over there in the deer will probably come down and eat it if you put it over there in the corner. She's just right there. I've not heard her move. She's literally standing right there.
I can see her. She's up there.
You can really see her from right here?
I can just barely see her leg.
Yeah, we've had a problem with deer, particularly her.
Yeah.
Now there was one little buck acting funny too, but
I was trying to get Olive though to be quiet, because if she barks too loud, she's gonna wake Woodrow up. He's napping.
it did rain, just briefly.
It did, because I was walking Olive outside when it happened.
Oh yeah. Well, I told the viewers I wanted to go down to the creek and just do a few things and
Yeah,
take them along, so here we are.
that sounds fun. I'm cooking supper. I got bacon in the oven,
Sounds good.
and I gotta go make biscuits, and I'm too tired to make gravy, and making some eggs, and that may be it.
How much will you pay me if I try to run the deer down?
Don't do it. You're not gonna catch her.
You know, she's got a fawn around here somewhere, so if you were to approach her much, I think she might want to try to stomp my face. I'm not down for that, so.
That'd be bad.
It would. Well, thanks for making a cameo in this video.
Yeah.
And I hope you have fun cooking supper.
Thank you.
I legit can't believe that deer that close. I mean, she's got a fawn. I know she probably does, so she's just getting a pass. But it is frustrating because I'm like, you can't just be eating our stuff. This is our food that we're growing, that we're going to eat, that we're going to can, and you just can't have a buffet when there's plenty of buffets everywhere else. We have the deer alarms up. We watch, like, somebody just pretty much, like, I don't know, like, even more often than every hour, somebody's always outside watching. And if she's, like, in the berries or, like, trying to get at the blackberries or whatever, then we're like, you just got to mosey on, because we want to eat those blackberries and we worked hard to grow them. But we don't have near the problem, I think, as some areas. Like, some areas really, you know, they have a really bad problem with not just deer, but other things as well. And we've been having a problem with, it's either deer or raccoons. I think it's raccoons messing with the corn. And it's not even hardly knee high. So I'm like, what do you guys do? There's not even any ears of corn to be getting on it. While I'm still here in Corey's yard, though, look at these hollyhocks. Tell me those aren't beautiful. These are so nice. We didn't grow any hollyhocks this year, but we have in the past. There's another really beautiful one. Isn't God an amazing creator? I mean, wow. He just made some of the most beautiful, delicate, and intricate designs. All right, well, to the creek now. I went, I don't think that was yesterday, maybe the day before, with Corey and Austin. They went on a walk. They like to do that and take Woody with them. Ira was napping, or I'd have taken him too. They went on a walk kind of back this way behind the creek, and then up here, you can't see it because it's just grown up, but up here there's an old road bed. It's an old logging road, and we used to get on it all the time and just walk. It comes out at the top of the creek up here, and I haven't been on it in years, even though it's just right there. And so we got on it and walked it out, and it was a lot of fun. Corey was looking for herbs. She was spying out some herbs for maybe later this year or next year that she might want to harvest and do something with. And there was one in particular that we kept seeing a patch of pepsissewa. That's what it was. I can't remember what she said pepsissewa is good for, but there was a lot of it. Right here behind their house, that big rain that we had where the creek like flooded its banks, it washed that little, I don't know if that's a little cedar tree, but it washed it down and like deposited it there. and it kicked up with some rocks, like some, you know, that's pretty big. Like that's probably like 3 feet long, that rock. It kind of changed the way that the creek is, and when we come out after our walk on down the creek toward that direction, there was like a deep spot that hadn't been there before. I want to show that to you too, but it may be that the clouds being overcast make it hard to see, but we could probably go down there in a little while anyway. Me and Ira sometimes come down like right here because it's flat and shallow and easy to get to, and he loves it. In fact, we were just here the other day, like on that little dry flat spot right there, right here, and we were looking through the rocks and playing and having a big old time. He was really excited to be down here, and kind of over there under that rock there was a crawdad that come out, and he did not know what to think about it. He loves to just like sift through the rocks. He likes to throw them and see what he can make splash. He enjoys doing that too. You can actually see just barely on kind of the middle, the bottom left of the screen where that flower petal is going, a spider web over the creek here. And the spider who made that web is actually right on the edge of that leaf. Like, you can't even see him. But that's interesting because I was literally just down here yesterday and that was not there. So a spider must have made that web today or last night or something, or after we left, because we were throwing rocks over there into that hole in the bank. Ira was loving that. But it's amazing that, you know, the spider could build a web this big in that short amount of time. I stood back up, like you can see on the side of the leaf, this spider leg. I mean, I just hate to even show y'all that because it's creepy. But that is the spider who lives in this web. He's like real skinny. There's not much to him, but he just has long legs. Listen, y'all know me because I've said it before. It's the disproportionate spiders that just are creepy to me. If they're slightly more proportionate, I don't know, it's somehow less creepy, but that's just weird with those real long legs like that. But, you know, I was talking about like how beautiful the hollyhocks were back in the yard, and I'm like, well, that's God's creation too, so I probably shouldn't be like hating on the spider, the disproportionate spider. But, you know, that part over there you can actually see on the camera, you can pick up, is kind of deeper, that part of the water. And that was just from that big rain. It just kind of wallowed out a place. So that's probably like, I don't know, if I were to go stand in the center of that, I don't think it'd be up to my knees, but it would be at least up over my shins. And that is deep compared to some of these shallower places that are like only, you know, enough water to come up over my feet. Y'all know me, I'm always just looking for a crawdad or a lizard or the next cool rock. This is really cool though, so I wanted to show you. This area here has been cleaned out. Austin come up here with a chainsaw and just kind of cleared the path, so you can see a clear trail through here. This trail's always been here. It's been here for a number of years, longer than my lifetime, but of course over the years it's become grown up. And so he come through here and just kind of cleared out some of the trees that were down in the path, and he even had to cut some that had already fallen off the ground. And it's so nice because now you can come through here and just walk real smooth and real easily. This is that place I'm pretty sure I've showed before where the big rain that we had pulled all of the top sediment and small pebbly rocks off of the surface and left us with that kind of exposed bedrock. It's really neat. It's a little bit dark in here to be videoing, but it's just amazing to kind of see that and understand that that's what was under here, and that's what's under this entire creek. It's just one big rock, essentially. And there's a low place there now in the middle that kind of catches some of the siltier pebble type material that once was over all of this. It's really just too dark already to be filming in here. You kind of can't see. The quality of the video is kind of poopy because of the the low lighting. But this is probably, you know, it's one of my favorite places to come in the creek because it's right below my house. It's accessible. There's other parts of the creek. I mean, this creek goes a way long ways up in the mountain. And I don't know that I've ever been to where it like actually comes out of the ground, but Dad has. He's told me that before. But I've been quite a ways up it. And there's actually a portion that splits and comes like a smaller part of a different creek comes out of a holler and feeds this one. And there's probably more than once that happens. There's at least one time that I know of where that is occurring. One of these days, I'm hoping to go on another hike kind of further up the creek and bring you guys with us, show you what it looks like. Of course, we can't go during deer season, during the fall, and that would be the best time to go because it's cool, the leaves are off the trees, but we just never go too far because there are people who hunt up once our property ends. There's another piece of property there, and people do hunt there, and so it's just not really ever safe to go up there, like especially on the weekend, which is when we would be going. There's a little bit of light up there, but I'm gonna stop right here because we have trail cam pictures of a bear just literally right there, and you never know, he could be hanging around. And I didn't bring a pew pew with me, so I don't want to go too far because I've got that in the back of my mind. I'm sure it's very unlikely that the bear would be interested in me at all, and probably before I ever knew the bear was there, it would run and leave because it would be afraid of me. But just in case, I thought that I would just head back to Corey's house because there's still plenty of creek left to see. I'm walking around the side of Corey's house, and remember when she said that she was cooking bacon? I can smell it. Oh man, and it smells really good. I don't know what we're gonna do for supper. Mama Wednesday nights goes back to church to help with the kids. They have a Wednesday nights, they have a program for the kids. When Ira gets big enough, I've said this before, I want to go and take him. Right now, I think it's just too much for him. He tires out quick because he's only, 15 months old, and he gets really excited really quick. And I think it might just be too much for him. But certainly by this time next year, hopefully before that, he will be able to go with me because I really want to involve him, not just in the community with all the people who would love and cherish him and want to spend time with him, but I really want him to have this understanding of church, and we go to church and it's important, and just start out from this young age with experiencing God through the Bible stories, through the activities, through that church family, And while I was just chit-chatting there, I saw these grapes. Look at that. Oh, we're gonna have a good grape harvest. I'm really excited about that. I'm kind of just like, oh, look at this, look at that. And I just had this thought come to mind. There's things that we miss in our own backyard, literally, metaphorically, literally. There's things that we miss in just what's right around us, and let alone the things that are 100 feet out from that, 200 feet out, a couple miles out from that. And I feel like there's just so much beauty and so much good to experience in everyday life, just in our small tasks, from getting up in the morning and brushing our teeth and going to work or eating breakfast or driving down the road to the mailbox, whatever it is. I mean, there's something special and something beautiful and joyous about every single day. And I know that I am guilty of kind of getting stuck in the, getting stuck in the mundane, dragging my feet, I'm tired, I don't want to do it, blah, 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 whatever it is. And when I really just stop to say, but look at what's around me. Look at those grapes. Isn't that cool? Look at the spider web. It wasn't there yesterday. I was here. There's all of these wonderful things that can be experienced outside, of course, in nature, things that can be experienced in our homes, in our relationships with people. And sometimes I have to remind myself to kind of shake the dust off and really get focused in on my life. And of course, in all of that is gratitude, the great blessing that comes from God, these wonderful things that he's done for us and give us that we don't even deserve. And that's, an opportunity to be grateful. And I know this to be true, when we are grateful, it pleases the Lord. When we are grateful and we are thankful for the little things that are around us, like the grapes and the spider web and just the beauty of the physical landscape of where I live and the fact that I get to see my sister every day, that pleases God when we're grateful, because we know that those good things come from him. He did those, it's his blessing and his provision that allow me to do these things. And it's his good pleasure to bless us. He likes to do that. He loves to do that. He loves us more than we could comprehend, you know. And then I think like, oh my goodness, how much I love Ira. He's just literally the light of my eyes, the love of my life. My whole entire life was put here just for him. And I think about that immense love I have for him and my nephew for that matter. And then God's love for me and for Ira and for all of us is so much bigger than that. And that makes me feel good too, you know. And I want to share those things when I have like, oh, I have this thought, especially if it's something positive or good. I'm like, I should share that, you know. I should be more willing to open my mouth and share these positive things in hopes that they would be something nice for somebody else to hear, or just a reminder, because we all need that reminder. I need to remind myself daily, hey, whatever it is that you think is like, oh, dragging my feet or whatever I am worried about, you know, it's helpful to get a bigger perspective outside the bigger picture of what else is going on, and it'll really put in perspective sometimes those things that are really bugging you, and hopefully that makes you feel better because they seem smaller, and who doesn't want their problems to be smaller and continue to get smaller? As I'm walking toward the corn here, this is what I was talking about. So that stalk is kind of laid over. So is that one. We've not had any wind. I'm thinking that that's the raccoons back in here messing around, because there was a few over here, corn stalks like that big gap there between those two. That's just where a corn stalk probably should have been, and it's gone because they've been munching on some down here on this end, and Mom and Dad might have just pulled it up. I'm not sure. This is from all of the trees that got cut along the creek bank. That was several months ago, and it's just piled up here right now temporarily. It's going to be burned this winter, but the deep spot in the creek is behind this, so I kind of have to skirt down right here to get in there and show you. And when we were down here the other day and we come by here, me, Corey, and Austin said, hey, look, that's a rattlesnake hotel. It's a rattlesnake den. And I'm like, yeah, probably so. So I'm going to be careful, but I am just going to go right past there because I do want to show you the deep spot. I'm making my way through here, and I did see a cool rock. You know me, of course I'm looking for rocks, and I have to stop when I find one that I think is of interest. That's actually really cool. I think I'll probably take that with me and see if I couldn't do something with it. Maybe I could. Okay, I'm approaching the spot that I wanted to get to. So this is the deep spot. I'd almost just like climb off in there just to show you how deep it really is. And the reason it's so deep, you can see right away, is this portion of sticks here. Part of it goes up through there. It kind of acted as a dam, and it trapped some of this rock and this sediment here, and it left that drop off down into that deeper part. I'm going to come back around to the bottom of it so maybe you can appreciate like how deep it is. And it looks like that might be in the center of the screen, like some sort of plastic that got washed from somewhere. I need to go over there and get that and throw that away. Okay, here we are at the bottom. Man, that's deep. I gotta find something, maybe like that stick sitting there to try to convey to you. Okay, what the heck, y'all? I couldn't figure out a way to make the stick work where I could get it out there and measure a depth. And so I just took my shoes and socks off, and I'm just gonna go in. And we're gonna see how deep it is. And yes, it is cold. But it's hot outside, so it's not that big of a deal. But this time of year, any time of year, this water is always cold. Ooh, man, yeah. Chilly already. Okay, so you see that pile of sticks? I'm like a little bit hesitant to walk through those simply because stick bait lives in there. If you don't know what stick bait is, it's these weird little worms that grab sticks and make little shells and get in them. But that's not really the most concerning thing that might live in this pile of sticks. Some of you already know what I'm going to say before I say it. That is somewhere that crawdads like to be. And all I can think about is my big toe being pinched. So I'm going to try to cycle around over here and stay out of the sticks. Okay, so we're already deeper than ankle deep. Man, I just don't want to be anywhere near the sticks. I'm like spooked out about the sticks. Okay, y'all, I've made it over toward the middle. I gotta get rid of some of these tree limbs so I can stand up in here. Okay, I got rid of the tree limbs, and now if I could just step in the middle of the screen, I would truly know how deep this water really is. I could take one more step. I'm standing on a big rock, and I would be probably down to my knees, but I don't want to do it because I can see another really big pile of sticks in the bottom here, and I'm like spooked out, and I keep feeling stuff touching my toes, which is not really the end of the world, but I just don't want my toes pinched. I don't know. I could just be a big scaredy cat, but you know. Anyway, so I guess it probably really is knee deep, but I think it would be really funny if I just like sat down in this part or like floated in it and come back up to Corey's house and I was like, oh look, I'm totally soaked and drenched. I think that would be hilarious, but I probably shouldn't do that. However though, I'm glad I waded out through here, because look, this is what the bottom of that stick pile looks like. Isn't that interesting? You can see another spider web right there, kind of out over the middle of the water. Isn't that cool? Just really cool. I was gonna bring my GoPro down here and stick it into this deeper part to see if I could see anything. But when I went to get my GoPro, I realized that the waterproof case that I have for it is broke. I'm not sure how it got broke, but obviously that's a problem. It's the latch on it that makes that pulls both sides of the case together to make the tight seal. It is broke, it's cracked, and so I showed Dad and he glued it together. So after it dries, I'm gonna see if the glue will stay, and that way I could continue to use it. If not, I'll just have to get another one, but it would be really cool to see if there's anything like in the bottom of this, or like kind of like more like up under the dam of sticks there, of logs, I should say. They're bigger than sticks, but this is cool. I'm glad I came in here. It feels great, even though I'm only up to like my shins. It feels fantastic because it is hot outside. It is June in North Carolina, and that means one thing and one thing only: heat. Well, I'm back up on semi-dry ground. Gonna have to put my shoes back on, and I guess I will be having like wet, soggy feet, I guess. While I was bent down putting my shoes on, I did see something cool. I saw something shiny. It's the body of a lizard. It's a pretty good sized lizard, salamander, if you will. And I'm gonna try to zoom in and show you, even though it's gonna be like totally dark under this tree root where it's at. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see it anyway. Wasn't he just cute? Like, he was just like sitting there chilling, looking really cute. Well, I'm out of the water now. That'll probably do it for the creek. I enjoyed getting in there though and looking around, seeing what I could see. I'm coming through the corn now. I'm going to go back up to Corey. She told me to come say hello before I go back up to the house. So I thought I might go say hey to her and see if she's got a piece of bacon to spare. I got back out in the driveway here because if I walk back up like by the side of the garden, the deer alarms go off. That's super annoying. Nobody wants them old things to go off. Well, I'm gonna put down my socks in my rock. Hey Olive, what you got there? Mop bucket? What are you doing? Hey Olive. The bacon is very good. I could smell it outside the house cooking.
Could you?
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it was good.
I love
It smells so good and it tastes good too.
I love bacon. It's so good.
Looks like Corey's been making something else to go with the bacon. What'd you make in here?
Biscuits.
Ooh, they in the oven. Let's take a peek. Oh man, those things look good.
Those are kind of big. I usually don't roll them that big. But I was like, you know, maybe they're too thin. Let me make them a little bigger. Now I wish they were.
You have to tell me. I made that same recipe, but mine didn't turn out as good as yours. You have to tell me how.
You cooked it too long, or
I don't know.
did you cut in the butter with a pastry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe I just didn't make them when it says to roll them an inch, like an inch thick, and then use your biscuit cutter. Maybe I just rolled them too thin, essentially. You know what I mean? Didn't make.
Might have been. I was afraid of doing that, so I got these big. Was your butter real cold when you cut the butter in?
Yeah. Is it supposed to be?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Some people will put their butter in the freezer just while they're getting everything else ready.
Oh. Makes me wonder too if I didn't just like overwork the.
Could have. It says
Biscuit
only
dough.
need it like 10 or 15 times when you turn it out on the surface.
Maybe I just did too much. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we certainly had a good time. When I say we, I mean you.
Yeah. I had a good time too.
You must have had a good time in your kitchen. I had a good time outside looking around. And I guess I'm going to wrap this video up here. I need to go back up the hill and see if Ira's awake yet. Probably not. I always tell Mom and Dad if I'm going to be out. If they're in, somebody's in the house, I say, text me when he wakes up.
And I haven't got a text, so he's probably still asleep. Which means run, go, do more things on nap time, right? Nap time's a hot commodity. It's a blur. Trying to do it all while babies sleep. Well, all right then. I guess we will catch you on another video. Until then, we hope that you're doing good wherever you're at. We hope that the weather's nice where you live and everything is peachy on Peach Street. And yeah, Corey, in this video.
God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.